Alright, I'm here with some more TussleMania. This time I'm looking at TNA Impact Cross the Line, which is the PSP version of the PS3, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 2 TNA wrestling game that came out in 2008. So right away we can look at some of the game modes here. We got story, we got exhibition, and under exhibition we got different types of matches. And right away that's going to be one thing I'm going to point out, that that's what the game kind of suffered for the most, was the lack of features. At the time in 2008 we had already seen a lot of the great WWE SmackDown games, and then they were in SmackDown versus Raw territory, and those games had a lot of stuff going on, and this one just didn't have enough to keep up. But what I will say this game had over the WWE games was the actual gameplay. So we're going to just jump into a regular match, and we kind of get a look at the roster here. We got a lot of TNA homegrown guys, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and then we got guys like Kurt Angle, Sting, and Booker T, you know, who came from other promotions. And, you know, it's very reflective of the TNA roster. This version doesn't have as much, and I love how we have Mike Tenay, the announcer. This version doesn't have as many as like the console versions, but it's still got everybody you kind of would use. So I'm going to pick two of my favorites, and we're going to go to town. You definitely get different arenas, and this is when TNA was using the six-sided ring, but I always go to Orlando because that's the Impact Zone. That's where their main show was. So we're going to get a look at the entrances here, which I think is pretty interesting because the entrances are just videos, and I think it was a cool way to get around that kind of entrance thing from back in the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring at this time, known the world over as the Icon.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting way to do the entrances for a wrestling game. I don't think any other wrestling game has done it like this before.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Gainesville, Georgia, he is TNA Wrestling's Triple Crown winner, the Phenomenal.
Alright, so I'm going to be Sting, I'm going to face AJ, and
This will be the toughest battle
I'm going to win. That's how it's going to go. So, alright, but yeah, one thing, so let's start with the gameplay. You got your kicks, and you got your punches, even though I reversed those, and then you got your grab. So on top of that, you have a modifier button. If you hold L on your PSP and hit your punch, oops, he was still on the ground. If you hit your punch or you hit your kick, he does like a stronger version. And then your grabs as well. You know, if you do your actual grab moves, and I got a nice reversal there. Yeah, so the gameplay is very simple. It's very arcadey. And then, so at the top there, you see the little impact meters, and then the stamina meter underneath that. So as I hit AJ, you see that his stamina is going up, or I guess it's not stamina, I don't know what you would call it, but I'm going to just say stamina. So it goes up, and then once it hits the top, they kind of get into a dazed state, and you can kind of just beat on them, and they can't really do anything about it. So yeah, see it's going down now. So now he's pretty much dazed. Like, he can't really defend against me. And so the impact thing, that's your special meter. Once that gets to the top, you can do a strong grapple, and then let's see if I can pick him up. And then you hit your circle button to do your finishing move. So yeah, in the meantime, just gotta wear them down. You can see they got their body icons up there, show where the damage is. But yeah, this game was put out by Midway, and then it sold pretty well, did 1.5 million units, but then unfortunately they went out of business because of, you know, whatever was going on over at Midway. Oh man, that was a big ass drop kick, or a leg drop. Oh man, but I love the gameplay in this game, and this was a really good first. Everybody shit on this game, and I've talked to some TNA wrestlers who have shit on the game as well. I'm not gonna say who, but I think everybody, you know, they were a little hard on it. To me, this is kind of the closest thing they've ever gotten to kind of the Aki wrestling games in terms of feel. Like, it's very arcadey. Let's see if I hit him enough to pin him. Oh, just barely. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a very fast-paced, arcadey game, whereas the WWE games, they're all kind of slow, you know? But, like, I don't know what a lot of people were looking for, but it was a nice first attempt, and I think with a sequel, they probably could have turned out a fantastic wrestling game, especially with the roster that TNA had in, like, 2011. It was one of my favorite wrestling, like, 2011, 2012 for TNA, they had my all-time favorite wrestling roster. They had AJ Styles, Austin Aries, Sting, Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, They had so many great guys. Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, the Young Bucks were there for a little while. Generation Me. They had the best roster. Samoa Joe, obviously, and they, you know, they just weren't doing a lot with it. All right, so we're gonna pick a crazy match, and I'm gonna play AJ Styles this time, and we're gonna do the Ultimate X match, which is their kind of version. I mean, they did ladder matches, but this was their special. So the X Division was their small high flyer guys, kind of like WWE's Cruiserweight. You can see this rigging over the ring with this X hanging down. The whole point is to climb on those ropes and pull that down, kind of like a ladder match. Alright, so we're going to skip the entrances. We've already seen these before. This is going to be kind of a pain in the ass with 3 people. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. We might not even be able to finish this match. It might go so long. But I've been doing them one-on-one, and it kind of goes a little quick. Alright, so yeah, so the whole point here... Alright, how do I switch guys here? Alright. Oh, man.
Rearranged his face. How in the world did he counter that? There's no way he knew what he was doing. That was pure reflex.
So I guess I hit right on the D-pad here to switch between guys. Yeah, so the whole point, I want to wear these guys down so then we can climb up on the ropes over there. Oh, man. Oh, nice shooting star press. And then, yeah, we want to climb up on the ropes and then climb up onto the ropes above the ring and go for the X that's hanging down. So hopefully with 2 guys here, maybe I can get them to distract each other to climb up there. Let's see what I know. As soon as I get up here, he's going to start coming after me. So
here comes the high risk move.
Oh no, get him, Joe. So yeah, once you get up there, it's kind of like a mini game. You see Chris Sabin's about to do it. You got to hit the X. Let's get all 3 of us up there. All right, let's see if I can knock him down. Yeah, so you got to get it like 5 times or something like that.
He better wake up quick.
All right, come on, Joe. Get down. Alright, so now it's my turn. Oh no. Alright, come on. Yeah, as you do it, it gets harder and harder. Oh, thanks, Chris.
Somebody check his pulse. He's not moving.
Come on. Ugh, kick him down. Thanks, guys. This is working out. Ugh, come on. Oh, no. Hit him.
Oh, it looks like he's going for a high-risk move.
Knock him down. Knock him down. Alright, don't hit me.
Here comes the
Kick. Kick. This is so insane. But this is what's so much fun about these X Division matches. And, like, this is the kind of stuff you would see in an X Division match on TNA. If you've never seen one, I highly recommend looking up an X Division match. I'm not very good at this. They made this so much easier in WWE All-Stars because it's the same mini game that, oh, right, got it. That was way quick. Was not expecting that. So we're going to do another singles match. I don't want to do a tag team match. They're not that fun. Alright, so... we'll do Full Metal Mayhem, why not? And this time I'm going to do Kurt Angle, and we'll face Bobby Roode, another good TNA guy.
We are live in the loudest building
I gotta get some water.
making his way
I love Kurt Angle's TNA entrance music, probably one of my favorites.
gold medalist. This is Kurt Angle.
Way better than his WWE music, although his WWE music is pretty good too.
Wrestling fans, introducing from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York, he is
Wow, there was a time where they billed him from Manhattan. He's a Canadian boy. I wasn't watching TNA around this time. I was aware of them, but I wasn't, like, paying attention, so. Alright, come on.
He's trying to stay on his feet after that one. He better have more than an HMO.
Right, we're going to destroy him. This is actually a feud that's happened many times in TNA. Bobby Roode is one of the TNA guys that's, like, one of the only guys that's still there that I, like, really enjoy. He's, like, one of the original 4. It's like him, Eric Young, and Abyss. And somebody else, can't remember who. But yeah, their roster is not what it used to be, and their company is not what they used to be. A rumor is that they are for sale right now. So, all right, so yeah, I picked the thing that has the match has weapons. So, let's see if I can remember how to even pick one of these things up. Come on, pick it up. I don't know how. There we go. Oh yeah, that was close. Oh, this is definitely a way to just end a match quick. See if I can. I don't know how to even dive out of the ring. Some guys can do it. It's just one thing that's never worked for me. I don't know if I've said this because I've recorded this video like 4 times now, a little behind the scenes, but the people who made this did go on to make WWE All-Stars. That's why I've made references before. I don't even remember. I've recorded this so many times, I don't remember if I said it in this video or not. If I have, sorry for repeating myself, but if not, there's a little bit of information. And so the games play almost identical, except, you know, obviously All-Stars is, for one, a better game, and 2 is crazy exaggerated. So. Ooh, hit a slam there. All right, let's go for that pin. Come on, pin him, pin him, pin him, pin him. 2. Oh, come on, it was so close. But I mean, if you've never played TNA Impact or TNA Cross the Line, I definitely recommend it's a game to check out. It's not going to be the best wrestling game, but it would definitely be a fun multiplayer game because it's pretty simple to play. You don't. There's enough wrestlers that are recognizable people. I recommend it. Don't listen to all the reviews. It's one worth checking out. So there's a couple matches. Ultimate X could be a lot of fun with friends. But I'm going to call it for TNA Impact for TussleMania. We're going to return. We're going to look at WWE All-Stars. We're going to look at some other PSP wrestling games. And, yeah, because, yeah, so full disclosure, I'm doing this PSP with a PSP emulator. That's how I'm recording this. So I'll be looking at some PSP wrestling games for sure. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all that cool stuff. We're going to be back with more TussleMania. We're approaching Wrestlemania. We're almost done. So just keep checking back for the next few weeks.